Hey guys, what's going on? This is HD, and I'm joined alongside by Pain User.
What's up, guys?
And we're here to bring you guys the final cast for us for online qualifier number 1 for IPL4. Hope you guys have enjoyed us casting. If you have, please do support us. We are on Twitter. He is at Pain User, and I'm at HD StarCraft. And it's been a joy to bring you guys these casts.
Indeed. So right now we are in the final game here of the semifinals between Oz and PuMa. Oz going to be our blue Protoss on the left-hand side of Shattered Temple, and his opponent, PuMa, will be the red Terran on the right-hand spot.
Yep, it's going to be a, well, so far the series is tied up 1-1, so that does mean this is the last game. The pressure's on the line here because whoever wins qualifies for IPL4. And if you lose, you got to run the gauntlet one more time in the next qualifier, and it's tough, man. The pool is huge, 256 players. That's no joke. So, you know what? It's down to the wire here, and we'll see if PuMa goes up to his crazy antics once again. Might we see some more all-in tactics?
It's definitely a possibility. I mean, this is a very small map. You can get into the natural relatively quick. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We've been seeing PuMa utilize his all-ins a lot throughout this qualifier. Definitely been one of his go-tos against Protoss. Now, we'll see if Oz decides to go with a similar build to what we saw last game, but Oz just absolutely crushing PuMa on Daybreak. I mean, that was not even close. Oz played that perfectly. He contoured his build a little bit. He was ready for the all-in that time around, and I think he did an excellent job holding it. So, you know, if I had to give the edge to one player right now, I'd probably give it to Oz.
Wow, even though his stats show that he is a little bit subpar versus Terran, but like we said before in the beginning of the series, stats are only half the story. One interesting thing too is I actually didn't notice this, but Oz had that army outside ready for the flank that whole time. That was
very true.
That was great.
And not only are stats not necessarily indicative of a player's skill 100%, the stats are also skewed. They're pulled from a lot of different tournaments, and you know, PuMa is certainly one of those players that plays in a lot of different international tournaments.
Right.
So the competition pool is just much different than if you're composing those stats of a GSL caliber player like Oz. I mean, really, you can't even compare the two.
Plus, stats don't favor, well, they favor the entire lifespan of the player's career, whereas usually stats are more important for the most recent span of their games because players change so rapidly.
Yeah.
And they change against their competition.
Yeah, not only do players change, I mean, well, I guess this would classify under players changing, but they have breakthroughs in matchups as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know from time to time I've had epiphanies about a specific matchup, and your mind just locks itself around an idea, and it's like, this is how you're supposed to play this matchup. I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Well, it looks like PuMa right now is going for a command center. He is going to 1-Rax expand here. Does he have any gas added onto that expansion? He does, but he is not mining. He actually mined 126 gas, and it's just saving up the gas right now. What do you think this is for, Pain User?
I'm not sure. Maybe he just left it mining for a little too long. Maybe he wanted to cut off at 100 so that he just had enough for the factory. We do have additional Raxes coming in here, so he hasn't spent that gas just yet, which leads me to believe he just made a little bit of a mistake there and left them on too long.
Or perhaps he planned to go for the factory and then he changed his mind.
Maybe.
Interesting.
I don't know, but he still has that gas.
Yeah, and Oz right now is expanding, and he has 2 gases right now to back up that expansion as well. The SCV will come in here, and it should be able to see that Nexus before it dies. Yes, it will, and job well done for the Terrans.
Second command center is now down and morphing to orbital. Is he going to get that second gas? It looked like he was thinking about it for a second, but still no second gas. Mining gas once again here, and also getting those add-ons, so it looks like maybe he was just saving the gas for the eventual upgrades that he would be getting on those add-ons, but still, just seems like
more efficient.
His build not at maximum efficiency.
Yeah. Maybe he, like I said before, maybe he had to switch up his game plan due to something he saw on the map. Maybe he originally wanted to go for the factory right away, but nevertheless, his build not the most efficient. He is going to kill off that probe at the front door, revealing quite a few Marines, and he's going to go ahead and land that orbital net down right now. Quick robotics facility once again coming up for Oz, Pain User. and no doubt going to get that fast observer out.
Yeah, Oz certainly does not want to fall prey to any kind of Banshee shenanigans once again.
Yeah.
That would just be too frustrating for him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, losing games like that is by far and away the most frustrating way to go out of anything, let alone a tournament. It's even worse in a tournament when there's just nothing you can do about it. Not fun.
Yeah, and here comes an attack right here from Oz. Very, very risky, though, because if Stim were finished, those forces could have been picked off in the middle of the map. And now he's going to go ahead and fall back to the Xel'Naga Tower. How do you feel about that? That was pretty risky from the Protoss side of
yeah,
things.
certainly. I mean, it is still very early on in the game, though. And he does have those force sentries with a few force fields apiece if he needs to run and retreat. But still, I mean, yeah, if an early Stim build had finished or something, even if you throw those force fields up, the Marines and Marauders are probably just going to run right around him.
Especially on an open space like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it looks like there is a starport coming up right now for PuMa, but not for Banshees most likely because he did open up with the bio first. He's probably going to get those medevacs moving out. Is that a reactor? It is a reactor on the factory, so we are most likely going to see medevac production and not Banshee production. And for the first time, actually, I think this is the first time I've seen PuMa go and play macro in a TVP. Standard bio.
Thus far, from what we've seen in the tournament, absolutely. On Antigua Shipyard, he was anticipating a macro game. He just happened to win with that push, but he had done so much damage with the Banshees already that it didn't even matter.
For sure.
And we do have double Forge here. Interesting, interesting.
Very fast upgrades. He wants to get those upgrades going right away, and he's also getting Twilight Council. Maybe some kind of a variant on that Blink Stalker build, quick Blink Stalkers, or he could just be going for Charge on Archon, and usually a lot of Protoss players will rush those upgrades so that they can get Charge on Archon powered up really quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Amassing quite a few Marines and Marauders here, building up his Bio Ball. Is he going to add some additional Raxes? Still just working off of 3. Going to get Medevacs early as well here, and I think we're going to see PuMa try and do some pressure once he gets those 2 medevacs out, and he will also have the potential for drops then as well. So he can pressure the front, try and distract as many of Oz's forces as he can to the natural, then hit the main at the same time, or perhaps elevator up and try and get a good position here at the ramp where he can get a concave or something like that.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch that Terrans can do with the medevac is so deadly. It's nasty.
Yeah, it's really
Certain
good.
maps really make it more so than others. I think this map is one of those maps where you can elevator very easily. And oh, the nice comsat there, seeing the observer, and here comes 2 medevacs going down to the south. They are fully loaded with 4 Marauders and 8 Marines, so this is a very balanced force. And
the main is completely empty. There's the scan. The scan might have actually given it away.
Yeah.
That probe didn't see the 2 medevacs, neither did that pylon.
Oh,
so
no.
the medevacs were able to just sneak in undetected. That's unreal, but it looks like Oz has a hunch that something might be up. He has pulled some stalkers back to the main. Not his entire force, but still quite a few. And it looks like PuMa is going to pressure the front here. Oz sees those 2 medevacs. He doesn't know about the ones in the back. He does have a stalker. Now he knows about the units in the back. They might actually be able to take out this Nexus. I don't know. It's going to be a race against time. If he loses this Nexus, that could be game. No!
Wow, well,
Oz will hold.
Yeah, the bio units here refocusing their efforts on the Zealots and Stalkers, and it looks like those Zealots and Stalkers made it back just in time. The Nexus is going to stay alive. Meanwhile, that bio army in the front door fully stimming up, anticipating to fight, but they are not going to. And I think Oz made a spectacular hold right there. Let's check the HP on that main Nexus just to see how close it was. It had lost all of its shields, and that is half of its total hit points, so that's quite a bit of damage that was done.
PuMa leaving these 2 medevacs in the bottom left-hand corner, saving them for a rainy day. It looks like he does intend to use those once more. Probably going to try and do some more diversionary tactics at the front and then execute another drop, but PuMa could be in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, he is taking the gold, which is very nice. He actually has the command center there already. He's adding some additional production facilities too, moving up to 5 racks right now. Does have dual engineering bays with the armory finished and a Ghost Academy coming as well. Now, if we turn our attention over to Oz, he is getting Colossus. He's also got Thermal Lances on the way, and he has been chronoing upgrades off of 2 forges for quite some time now. Charge about to finish. Is Blink already done? Yes, it is.
So he's mixing in a variant of Chargelot Archon with Colossus and just getting a little bit of both tech trees, only off of 2 bases, which is straining his gas a little bit. But the composition here is really going to put a lot of pressure on PuMa to make sure that not only does he have Ghosts to deal with the Templars, but or Ghosts and Vikings. Obviously,
you mean he's kind of like
everything?
You mean he's kind of like splicing the 2 tech trees? Like, it seemed like he was headed for Chargelot Archon, and then he switched over to Colossus.
Absolutely.
Does he have enough to break this planetary? I don't know. PuMa setting up in a very good defensive position here. I really like it.
Emergency bunkers trying to come up right now. Will he be able to get the bunkers up in time? They're taking a lot of damage. I don't think he can. And now all of a sudden, PuMa, the one in a lot of trouble, a second Colossus, joins the fray, but there's a drop inside the main. There's a drop inside the Protoss main, and the bio units there, the ones he called that were saving for a rainy day, are now going to be able to pick off the main Nexus, but it's a trade because the gold planetary will go down. This is really getting neck and neck. The SCV is being pulled off the line. I actually think PuMa could clean this up if he can destroy everything. Can he get that Immortal? He has so many bio units, man. I actually think he can clean this up.
Yeah, he really does. I think he'll be able to clean it up as well. Beautiful flank right there from PuMa. He also takes out the main at the exact same time. He traded one of his 3 bases for one of Oz's 2, which is so much better for PuMa. PuMa is in a fantastic position right now. As a matter of fact, I think he already won this game, but we'll just have to wait and see. Actually, that's not true. If you look at the supplies, 107 to 98. Oz,
it's actually still 108 to 110 now.
Still in it as far as that's concerned. But the longer this game goes, I mean, unless Oz wins this game very soon, it's just going to be a snowball effect of the economy. I mean, he hasn't even, he has rebuilt that Nexus just a little bit ago, but it's not that good yet.
Very interesting that Oz has decided to stay on 2 base for so long. Here he gets an EMP shock right on his Zealots and some of the sentries. That bio army, though, for PuMa continues to build up, and you mentioned this before, he's on 2 bases, whereas Oz is only on 1. And that economy here actually showing that Oz is way ahead in harvesters, and that could be as a result of him using so many SCVs PuMa did in that last engagement. Now, this is a huge battle. Will PuMa be able to outmic the Zealots? He will, and will he be able to get into, past the fodder, into the Colossus? It looks like he will be able to do just that, and he kills off every single Protoss unit. Brilliant job. And there is the GG.
Very well played right there by PuMa. Such impressive moves. I love how he baited him into the 3rd there at the Planetary Fortress. Mass repaired, came in from behind with all of his Marines and Marauders right here. Got that beautiful flank off and just killed all of them.
Yeah, that was a spectacular end to the semifinals, and it looks like PuMa is your winner, and he's going to qualify for IPL4. So we are going to see PuMa at IPL4 once again. And while Oz is a Code S player, he is extremely talented. I'm sure we might see an appearance from him at IPL4 as well. There are many more qualifiers to go through. There's many opportunities to get in, and we'll just have to see, man. But congratulations today for PuMa, and best of luck in the finals for seeding.
Yeah, definitely best of luck. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Those were our first cast in a while for IPL for the qualifier, for IPL4 Qualifier 1. And we're going to be signing off for now, but please do follow IGN's social media, YouTube, Facebook, JustinTV, Twitter.com/IGNProLeague. We truly do appreciate it. And if you'd follow me in HD, I'm at PainUser on Twitter. He's at HD StarCraft. Thanks a lot, guys, and we will catch you next time.
See you guys.